have much time. Is the microphone in? I started this project 4 years ago. It's a documentary called The Day We Surrendered to the Air. The whole idea of the project was based on a project from a photographer who did in the 1960s called The Family of Man. That project accumulated vernacular photography from different places on the earth, and it was the first vernacular photography exposition ever. And for me, in these times when we have all these reactions of left and right, I thought it was very important to use science as a manifestation of the freedom that we have in our our DNA. Because DNA is something that is mainly common in all species, and we all have actually almost the same DNA. So the whole idea of the project was to accumulate DNA from a family in different places, in the Americas, in Africa, and in Europe, to try to trace to 200,000 years ago the line that my parents or my ancestors from different backgrounds to the Americas. I was born in Panama. Part of the family is Jewish Sephardi, the other part is Islamic, African, and the other part is indigenous. So that was for me, at the beginning of the period of the project, trying to look for the African ancestry. It was complicated to have to deal, to only confirm my fears that I could only find via my DNA the European ancestry. I was happy to know that R1B is related to Jewish ancestry, to Sephardic ancestry, because there were many Jewish people living here before the war, so I was related to that. My surname is actually Jewish, Guzman. But I wanted to know actually more, so we started this project and we started to travel to different places to find the DNA. I'm going to show you now, since we don't have much time, 10 minutes of the particular manifestation of interventions we did in the Americas, in Africa, and here in Amsterdam, in the search of the DNA of my family.
You know, Alex Haley did Roots, and he was accused of factual untruths because you couldn't go back that far. And here we are, fast forward generations, I think a couple of generations, and people are actually doing that.
And then some travel into infinity, travel into infinity. Freedom fight.
Yes, I received the test. Yeah, but I was expecting to hear the African American background. I mean, I want to know my African heritage, and what I received now, it says Portugal, Germany, and the Netherlands. Can you explain me how that works? I wanted to tell my family where we come from in Africa. Now, what I have is all this European ancestry. Yes, I can embrace that, but it's very complicated for me. How can I do now to know the African ancestry? I mean, yes, with the matriarchal test. When that will be ready? January. I need to find somebody else in my family, but I think the sister of my granddad is still alive and she's very old. Maybe she can do the test. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your help.
Once you know what you know about yourself and know about your DNA and know about your space and time, it becomes almost animalistic, not in the self of animalistic, but like second nature, spiritual nature, to look closely at people. fucking infinite. The possibilities of our humanity or our own disintegration is fucking finite.
This was actually my investigation. We have now, with a collective I'm working, a show in the Museum of Modern Art in Antwerp, in Belgium. It's going to be there till the end of January, which you can watch the whole film, the whole installation, where we've been working in Brazil, and in Africa, here in Amsterdam, with 18 artists from different academies, from the Rijksacademie, Stamberg, IDFA Academy, and different academies in the United States, Brazil, and in Africa. And if you want to know more about the DNA, I have flyers, so at the end I can give you flyers and give you more information, and website is guzman.com, surrendertotheair.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Antonio. And next year you have a new film?
This year's the third film, where I go to Israel to find the Sephardic ancestry, and to the south of Spain. So that's going to be very interesting.
I'm going to see you in 2011 again.
2011, 2012.